What is up, everybody? Back with another Alliance War video, War number 8, Season 18. Unfortunately, we were matched with a Gold 1 Alliance, so I don't know about the matchmaking here. It's an Asian Alliance. And couple that with some mistakes that we made, particularly me as a BG3 officer, we couldn't afford. So let's check the vid out, see what's up. So we're bringing in the Ghost Synergy again for the second time this season. Didn't have a fight on Path 9 except for the Mordo fight, and then we're going to take Medusa and then inverted controls as well. Namor and Emma Frost, and then the mini bosses on the left top side. Now, this is where I made the mistake with the mini bosses, failing to assign those. And you'll see where it caused a little confusion at the end for our battle group. But a couple interesting fights in this war. This Mordo was nothing tough on Aegis. He's a popular defender on Aegis because he can't be parried, but Ghost can parry him. I actually could have brought Wasp in here as well. She has a mechanic that bypasses his astral evade to where she can stun heavy him and get rid of those indestructible charges. But Ghost, she works well against Mordo as well whenever she has her precision active, which she starts here at the beginning of the fight. So I just parry and boom, get rid of the charges. So she's great for that. She starts the fight phasing when she's awakened, and that with that precision buff, so it allows Ghost to bypass Mordo's astral evade. So she can parry him whenever that precision buff is up. So here I just take care of him with the SP1 and move on to the next fight. Now this next fight is really interesting. I made it harder, I think, than it should have been, but I really got beat up pretty good. We scouted the fight, and it turns out it's an ANNIHILUS. All right, now, so let's talk about this fight. ANNIHILUS. Next time in the future, I'm taking Wasp in this fight, but I was thinking Hood to nullify and help, throw a SP1 to help with the Aegis to stun him with the shock and then get my heavy off. But man, this was a terrible, terrible fight. Now, mind you, this is my first time ever fighting with Hood. I've never fought with him in any form or fashion other than arena fights. I kind of understand how he works, but again, the goal was to get to an SP1, throw it, wait for the shock to run out, and then when he's stunned, go ahead and remove the Aegis charges or the indestructible charges. But as you'll see here, when my shock runs out, he doesn't become stunned. Now I popped on an invulnerability boost. As you see, I lost it there because I just didn't want to lose this fight. But I tried in many different ways to lose it. As you can see, we're almost a minute into it, and I haven't even got the charges down. So I'm a little worried at this point, even starting to get a little frustrated. But then here you'll see, I throw the SP3, and I'll finally get the charges off. But man, just a sloppy fight. Again, next time I think Wasp is going to be brought into this fight. But here he throws his SP2. Again, over a minute and a half, and charges are still up. So I'm really worried at this point. Now I'm just getting hit, frustration. So here I try to settle down a little bit, regroup. I said, look, let's get this SP2 off. Try to get a parry, which I can't get a parry here. I mean, I can't get a parry to save my life. Finally get a parry. And now I've got the charges removed. So now it's just a normal fight at this point. And I like to shallow evade, intercept, if you will, his medium attack. So You'll see me doing that here to try to end the fight. But yeah, this fight, oh my gosh, uh, it was pretty nerve-wracking to say the least. But here you'll see we're slowly chipping him down. We're here to an SB2 now. I'm getting backed against the wall, so I throw a SB2 intercept, get him down. He's almost out. He throws his SB1, and down goes ANNIHILUS. Good God. Oh my gosh. That was the worst ever. But nevertheless, he's down. Exhale, and let's move on. So moving on, and I'll be honest with you, we're going to Node 23 Medusa, but I'm still shook from that ANNIHILUS fight. That took a lot. So we got Medusa, nothing special about this, but you'll see something weird. I've been getting parried a lot lately with my attacks. When I'm phasing and then go into attack, I've been getting parried. I don't know what's going on, but here you're going to see it right here. Look at this. She attacks. I'm halfway into my attack, leg kick, swipes back, I guess, I don't know, and then hits me. So it's been strange. I also get tagged again later in this fight on kind of the same thing right there. So I don't know, but anyway, I just trying to phase, do what I can against her. Not necessarily worried about living strands, because my critical hits phase, or my special 2 bypasses that as well. Here we throw our SP2. We move on to the next fight. Right now it's late. And I'm running low on energy, so my next fight is the last fight of the night for me. So again, I didn't have very much energy and it was getting late, so this was going to be my last fight for the night, and then wake back up and finish the rest of the path in the morning. But we have Namor here on inverted controls. Again, nothing special. He's not really a tough fight here on inverted controls. So we go in, and the game plan again is to kind of wait out the inverted controls, wait for that to end. But you'll see towards the end here, I thought inverted controls ended and I tried to intercept him right here, but I end up getting tagged. So he got me a couple hits, but we were fortunately able to get to a SB2 and go ahead and end the fight. Next up, Emma Frost on inverted controls, which I take in the morning. So I wake up, it's the next day, and I go in, move into Emma Frost on inverted controls, and the plan here is just to get to an SP2 and hopefully end the fight before she throws her SP1, which for Ghost it can be tricky. She can't phase Emma Frost SP1, and with it being on inverted controls, you just never know if there's a bug or something and you're trying to swipe forward to swipe back. With Ghost, and it's actually swipe back, it can be confusing. So I was hoping to get there to an SP2, as you can see here, throw that off before she can throw off her SP1. Now, the next fight here is Omega Red, and it looks like somebody had went in on him already. So I wanted to go in and just basically clean up that fight. Nothing special here, close encounters, protection, shielding. But again, with the Hood synergy, I'm not taking any damage from his spores. So basically, it's just get to an SP2 here and end the fight, as you'll see right here. So that fight's over. Next up, we have Sunspot on Power Shield. So again, nothing hard with this fight. First one to a special wins. I like to always say, or first one to land a special wins the fight. So that's the plan here. Build up to an SP2 and just end the fight with one special. Um, Sunspot's not a tough defender, but yeah. So we get our SP2 off. Now, here's where we are at the minis, and this is where I make a mistake because I get to the mini bosses, and normally as the officer, I like to plan those out. You'll see me go to the mini boss section and then pull up to magic because I was going to take the top side there minis, but unfortunately my mistake, I did not relay that to the rest of the battle group, and I think it cost us. So yeah, I checked back a few hours later, and yeah, as you can see, there's movement on the minis. And again, that's my fault, failure to communicate that to my battle group. But I'll try to get better at that in the future. But fortunately, Hyperion was the only mini that we could take here. He's on power or energize is what they're calling it, basically power gain. And my plan here is to basically push him to an SP3. Now here he throws the SP1, not cooperating, but I like to push him to an SP3. Let him throw that. Let me tank the SP3 with the hood synergy, and then hopefully a second special 2 should end the fight. So right now everything's going according to plan. He throws his SP3, and we are going to try to work our way up to an SP2 at this point and finish the fight. So Hyperion is down. At this point, the other alliance, we already lost the war. They were really solid, tough alliance. So now to end the war, you can see there's about 7 minutes remaining. So I go in to take this void. It's a maxed out void, but this guy is actually running suicide, so makes it a little bit easier. Again, pop on a tech power boost, and I just want to drop my SP2s one after another and hopefully recoil from him, and the suicide damage will eventually take him down. So as you can see, we're building up. We get our first debuff, and now we want to drop our SP2 to get rid of that debuff at the 10th hit. And now he throws his SP2. I get back to my SP2, throw that off, and get rid of that debuff at the 20th hit. And again, suicide's recoil. So that's the end of the war. Tough war. We made some mistakes. I made some mistakes assignment wise, and yeah, we lost this war. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to the alliance, the MVPs, and appreciate you guys watching.